Good morning, everyone. This is Black Forex coming to you with another pre-market analysis video. We're going to be looking at the Euro USD. But before we go ahead and get started, we have to state that this video is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Okay? But we all know why you're here. You want to find good financial content that can improve your skill as a Forex trader and improve your overall ability to make money in this market. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Before we break down the technical analysis of what's going on, let's go ahead and talk about the fundamentals of what's happening with the Euro USD. As I stated in previous videos, the USD has kind of a two-phase type of deal going into this week, in which it is suffering from the American economy has been suffering from inflation for quite some time with no end in sight. So that means the USD has been acting more towards the weaker side. But also throughout this European conflict between Russia and Ukraine, it has acted as a safe haven currency as well, due to the fact that America is the major country, major world power, instituting all the sanctions on Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. Now, the euro is weak, very weak, because not only just because it's been having very poor economic news coming out, that poor economic news coming out is represented by all the countries that make up the euro. All of them are in heavy inflation right now. It's almost like the entire world is in inflation. We may be leaning towards a global depression, especially global depression recession, especially in America. We may be in recession before the summertime. So, with that being said, now let's look at the technical analysis from this. We've been choppily going down for some time, then we dropped very sharply down, and then we came up, and now this is our most recent information. So we had a very strong push down, a pathetic push to go up. Now the reason why there's a gap, because price opened up here due to just shows you how weak the euro is compared to the USD. Even though the USD is one of our weaker currencies heading into this trading week, the euro is just really much weaker. So you're going to have a push up, and then what's going to happen is you're going to have a range out somewhere in this area before it continues to go down. But let's just say that we do have that very small chance of possibility that we do have a fundamental shift in which the collective nations of the of the Euro come out and say that we're going to do things to combat our growing inflation, which will improve the strength of the euro. Because as in this whole game of trading, we know news of people just stating that they are going to do something and not even actually do it can actually affect the markets as well. So unless we have a fundamental shift in which the euro becomes stronger than the USD, or the USD just starts to become much more weaker than the euro, then in that case we will have a push up. But if we continue with our current fundamentals, or if we have started to have geopolitical news of which will cause the USD to almost activate as a safe haven currency, then we will have a push down. So while you're trading this week, please make sure that you are keeping a track with the current events, not only going on in the respective countries that we trade, but what's going on in the Russia, Ukraine, because that is actually affecting the markets as we speak. So the reason why the markets are somewhat calm is because Russia and Ukraine has entered into somewhat beginnings of peace talks. So we have to see how that's going to play out to see how the trades will go out for the rest of the week. But currently, right now, we definitely do look like we're going to be in a short position for quite some time. Okay. Now, with that information, happy trading.